Hey everybody, welcome to another video, the Sunday market analysis for the third week of August 2026, right? So I'll just be breaking down it's just going to be my top 5 and my wild cards and just one pay on my indices. That is all, right? So I'm just going to start with the DXY real quick and let us start. Understand? So from a weekly time frame perspective, as you could see, there isn't really much about price, but we could see that okay, we had this aggressive sell-off breaking back inside these previous highs, right? And when you go on the daily, you're gonna see that okay, we had some piece of accumulation here, right about here, which when you go on the lower time frame, you're gonna see much proper right here, right? We had this beautiful one, two structure here, right? Forming the whole piece of structure with this being your middle section. And what happened, we followed through, we broke below these areas. So these are the areas where you typically be waiting for something like this as a formation of a continuation for the more push down. Simple piece of price action, especially when you go on the 15-minute time frame. You're going to see that okay, something in this nature could be happening, especially when you put emphasis at these minor inflections here, and you remove everything here and you start to look at the price in this nature, right? Maybe perhaps like you'll be waiting for something in this nature for price to be doing that. That's my whole idea on the DXY. Anything other than that, I'm looking at EU, right? So euro dollar. So the euro dollar, I'll be looking for price to develop into a continuation just like this to furthermore go long, just like DXY to develop something here to furthermore go short, right? So from a higher time frame perspective, EU, it's simple, right? I'm still leaning towards the idea that okay, we're responding from these areas of value on the left, and what is happening is okay, we had this piece of accumulation. We got a break above. This was your piece of accumulation. I'm still waiting for the furthermore push high to come take into both of these areas of value, right? When you go on the 4 hour, and when I remove all of these, you're gonna see that okay, what happened was we had this isolated structure here taking into this area of an inflection. We got this push high breaking above this near high, and now this becomes a big end. So could we be forming a continuation above, not even above, but taking the big end of this? Yes, we still set at those areas which carry the risk entry, carry some element of risk unless you wait for some sort of an IE, but obviously the risk entry is still valid, right? So that's my whole idea on the euro dollar. And as you go on Aussie dollar, it's simple. I'm looking at this from a daily time frame perspective. As we could see here, what is happening? We're on this aggressive sell momentum. We haven't responded from anything. Instead, price more like came back correctively, taking into this area of V. And now I'm looking for shorts, right? When you go on the 4 hour, you're going to see everything here, right? How we were looking as if this now becomes the structure. Although this is still within, we could be doing this coming back, forming this, which I don't think we could be doing that because either way, what have we done? We formed more like an override here because of what price has extended into this, right? So it's one of those that okay, you really have to be looking out for such kinds of structures here for further shorts. That's my whole idea on the dollar. And I'm looking at the dollar yen. So the dollar yen, I'm much long biased here from a daily time frame perspective. We're responding at these areas, right? Though we have this wick, I'm not too concerned about it because when you go left, you could see that okay, that was a minor inflection here, that price tag. We didn't have anything on the left other than this area, which is a bit far when you look at it. And when you go on the 4 hour, you're gonna see something here. What has happened? We've got this push high, piece of accumulation taking into this. We broke above this high here, and now prices take the big end of it, pushed above, more like rejected of those areas, and we extended into something here that I'm gonna show you, right? Let me just remove this and show you this piece of accumulation here. We had this piece of more like an expanding, taking into this area here, right? The thing about this kind of structure is that it has it's it's wiki, right? But you have to understand what is happening, the intricacies about it. This was news, right? And now what has happened, it has formed this low, and this low was actually worked out here. So we got this push high. I'll be waiting for some sort of a continuation here to be looking to play the structure to the near high. Not just that, but to furthermore continue higher. When you go left, you're going to see that we have these near areas of inflection here to be managing the trade. Or is it one of those that, okay, they're gonna be forming something larger here, right? You could put emphasis at these and start to be looking at these areas in this nature. I don't understand why it would be doing this, but this would be the whole idea. And then now it starts to give you this. You're gonna see though, that's my whole idea. The next pair is your Kiwi Cat, NZDCAD. So NZDCAD, what am I looking at, right? From a higher time frame perspective, as you can see here, what is happening, it's pointing at the highs, and you got the follow through, right? And when you go on the daily, not the daily, the H4, you're gonna see something that, okay, these were your near lows, areas of value. We left a small gap. We more like fulfill the 90% of this whole move. So it's one of those that, okay, anything really like could like happen, whereby I wouldn't be surprised if now we start to be retracing. But I'm placing emphasis at the Fibonacci. So price normally tests the 50% of this whole run, especially like leaving the gap towards the initial area. And if we do form something much structured, it's one of those that, okay, could just, continue going short. That's my whole idea. And this is how I'll be looking to capitalize the move, something in this nature, and then looking for that and playing the range. That's my whole idea. Um, Anything other than that, I'm looking at GBP and ZD as well. So GBP and ZD, what am I looking at? So GBP and ZD, you go on the daily time frame perspective, you're gonna see something here. What is happening? We're responding at the highs. We've got the follow through, and we have formed the V here. We have formed the V type, and you go on the 4 hour, you're gonna see something here as well. Oh, let me remove this. We have broken out. We have broken out of this area. So it's one of those that, okay, when you go on the daily, not the daily, the 1 hour. It's one of those that, okay, you really will be waiting for something much structured in this nature. Much structured in this nature for your further shorts, right? That's my whole idea. And I think that is it on my top 5, right? I'll just be breaking down my quick what you call wild cards. So gold, what is happening? From a higher time frame perspective, we set at this area of value, and you could see that we rejected outside of it, right? We actually like closed above, rejecting outside of it, and it's two things that could be happening for me personally, right? Are we just gonna sell off and get the shorts, or is it one of those that, okay, we are actually gonna be responding from these push high? This becomes your typical continuation to furthermore play the range, perhaps even above, you know, forming these above and furthermore continuing with the momentum to the upside. That's my whole idea on the on gold, right? I like the fact that, yes, as much as we are rejecting these areas, we got this beautiful correct push down, taking into these areas that gave us volume, breaking above this VA on the left. So that's my whole idea for short, for long. Silver, is more like the same thing, but I'm much open with the delivery as well, because this could be the idea of this forming, or also, okay, we could be responding rather these inflections. It's more like the same thing as on gold, how we took out those areas. and how corrective we've been taking into these areas. And now that we have broken out, we tagged into these. Now price is looking as if it's responding from what, the 50% Fibonacci, right, of this run. Just gonna see if we really invalidate the 50% of the Fibonacci, then this is one of those that okay could actually develop into something else, right? Taking into these areas. So that's my whole idea. I'm really like looking at it, right? Is it one of those that are just gonna like keep on moving, or is it one of those that are just gonna be much corrective? What am I doing? Something in this nature, right? Are we gonna get this? This becomes the structure, and you have something in this nature, right? That's my whole idea on silver. And lastly, my last two pairs, it's simply gonna be Aussie Cat. So Aussie Cat, I'm much putting emphasis at this whole idea, okay, for price to come back at these areas, push down, IE, right? And this also gives us the opportunity to play the structure in this nature, right? Gives us the opportunity to play the structure in this nature. When you go on the higher time frame perspective, okay, when I zoom out on the H4, you're going to see that, okay, we are within this whole idea. We are within this whole idea. And we have these areas, 1, 2, which could be fulfilled before we go long. My whole idea is this, right? Because we have actually like broken above here. This was your middle section. And now ever since like we broke above and broken back in, I'm still playing the phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 to the lows. So that's my whole idea. And one thing that I also like about it is the fact that we are within the 50% Fibonacci. So it's one of those that could allow us and give us the move. And lastly, I'm looking at CAD Yen, CAD, JPY. I'm looking at daily time frame perspective. We're responding at these areas, these lows here, and we got the follow through. And when you go on the 4 hour, let me move these so that you could see something here, right? We had these areas on the left. We had previously been moving in a manner that okay, we were taking more like big end. This was your wicks, got an aggressive push high. Same thing here. Look at what happened, and now we have broken above. And now what is happening? Go on the hourly. You are gonna see something here. Look at these areas, especially before we broken out. We had formed some sort of accumulation, rejected these areas and broke above. So it's one of those that okay, is it really gonna be the ones that are just gonna like push back inside? Because this area has already been fulfilled. Probably coming to tag into this, which I really doubt, right? Coming to form something in this nature now, right? This becomes the structure. I'm just gonna be looking to observe that. Or is it one of those that are just gonna be forming a continuation around these areas here? And you wait for the IE and you continue with the move to the upside. We're just gonna see. And I think that is it. Lastly, I'm looking at HK50, but HK50 is something that I've been explaining and something that I've been really into. So what is happening? Same thing here. I'd say I'm neutral at this point. I'm really neutral at this point. It's either two things: placing emphasis at this area as well as this minor inflection, right? This minor inflection. But at the moment, I'll put emphasis at these, right? Are we gonna be shorting or are we gonna be long, right? But my idea at this point is we could catch the short-term long, right? I'm looking at this area here, right? Is it one of those that are just gonna develop into something here? Would be a really nice opportunity to be looking long, right? Especially when you go on the lower time frame, looking at the fact that this becomes more like a back end, small accumulation, same thing here, right? And we form this larger one. Or is it one of those that okay, are we gonna hold on a minute? Are we gonna okay, we have this, right? Are we gonna push above, form something here? to play the range, right? Or is it one of those that are just gonna be giving us something in this nature, right? To be looking long, to be looking short, I meant to say, right? We get something in this nature, i.e., the shorts, right? Or are we just gonna be getting the push high, tagging into these, forming something like this, furthermore getting the longs? So that is my whole idea on the HK50 at the moment. And lastly, it's just gonna be the AUS 200. So the AUS 200, it's simple, right? I'm much looking for shorts here based off how we are looking. From a lower time frame perspective, this is my idea, like the continuation in this nature. 4 hour time frame perspective, you're gonna see we're responding at the highs. And what could make this be probable to move is because of this whole beautiful 1, 2, 3 idea to the highs, right? And this beautiful idea as well that you could be looking at in this nature, right? This becomes your section, middle section. This becomes your 1, 2, 3 to the highs, and now we could be moving back to the near area of value before we continue to go long. That's my whole idea on it. And otherwise, I think that is it, man. Hope you enjoyed this video, and really looking forward to the next video as well. And hope you enjoyed this video. If there's anything that you've learned or like any idea that you really like, do comment, leave a comment there, and let's engage in the comment section there, right? I'm looking forward for this new week, and I wish everybody a fantastic week as well. Stay sharp and see you on the next video. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe, guys. Yeah, see you.